Hello. It's quite late in the evening, so I have to be a little bit quiet, but we're going to do a quick unboxing. This is the knife I made in the way back when. Knife is a bit of a strong word, it's a letter opener. I don't know if you can see if I do this. We were allowed to write one word on the blade, and I wrote kindness, which is a joke I stole from Pushing Daisies. I'm not ashamed of myself. So yes, this is a knife I made. At the time I just wanted to make a knife. I didn't think it would come in useful, but I've had to use it several times while I'm here. It's very good for opening boxes like such. Used it to open my sister's wedding invitation because they'd used a wax seal because they're fancy. And now I'm using it for this. I'm very excited. I wonder if you can guess what it is. You can only guess what it is if you're my friend on Facebook, though, because I haven't talked about this on my YouTube channel yet. But I believe this should be something I'm very excited about. This came earlier today, and today is a Sunday. Just the post runs on Sundays in Japan. It's great, so useful. Okay, I want to show you how big this box is. It's a very big box, which I believe is containing something very small. Bubble wrap! Bubble wrap! I love bubble wrap. I'll put that box inside of another box, and then I'll mail that box to myself. Okay, I don't know which way up this is meant to go. Ooh. This was the box inside of the box. Still pretty big. Lots of little air pockety things. Always useful to have those. Ah, yes. More air pockets and more bubble wrap. Yes. Okay, that's the bubble wrap. And inside the bubble wrap, inside the many layers of bubble wrap. Oh, goodness. Lots of bubble wrap and ta-da! It's me! It's me, but as a model. Look at him! Hello, you handsome devil. This is the model of myself that I got made in Tokyo. I originally, I'm gonna talk to you through my avatar. Hello. I originally wanted to get a wizard costume. I made a wizard costume because I couldn't find one. So I made one from various bits and pieces that I bought in 100 yen shops in Tokyo. Not 100 yen shops, in Don Quixote even. And it made me too tall because the cameras were set up for Japanese people. And I am taller than the average Japanese person. And with a wizard's hat, I was far too tall. And with a fetching cape that I had made from a bath towel, it was too finicky for the size of model that I wanted to buy. And if I bought a taller model, it would have cost a lot more. And I was doing this on a budget. So I settled for myself in a fairly typical outfit for me. Just sort of t-shirt and school trousers, and my ever-present sandals. Yeah, that's right. Can you see the sandals? Whoop. Yeah, that's right. I think they were a bit surprised that I wanted to do an interesting pose because they just wanted me to sort of stand still and smile, but I decided instead to do a little kind of. I look a bit like I'm sort of in a very kind of friendly boxing match, um, which is great. I'm actually really happy with this. I think it'll be great. I could use it to like, I could put a glass here, lean myself up against the glass. I can give myself high fives. Boop. Great. I will well, yeah, if I ever want, not high fives, fist bumps, but if I ever want to do a fist bump again, or if someone leaves me hanging, boop, my pal Lil Rory has got me. Mother always told me not to take Little Rory out in public, but I'm going to bring him into school tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of the new term, first day of my last term as a teacher in Japan, and I'm going to have a new desk buddy, and he's great. He's going to be my best friend. That's weird. I think I should not fall in love with a model of myself. I think that's maybe a level of narcissism too far even for me. So yeah. I got this as part of my bucket list, part of completing my bucket list. That was the second thing I've crossed off this year. The 16th thing I've crossed off overall. Yeah, 16th. So, and I've only got 30 things on there. Well, I have 30 things on there. I have 14 things left on there. So I'm more than halfway. Lil Rory here is my lucky 16th, my sweet 16th. The face it's weird because I know that's what I look like when I smile because I have very small eyes. And when they so scrunch up, but I do look a bit like someone. I look a bit like someone's stolen my eyes. I recommend getting this done if you have the money. Only if you have the money. I mean, it is a luxury, but it's quite fun. It's quite a fun experience. Uh, I'll tell you a bit about what they do. So I went to a print shop in Tokyo, and a 3D print shop, I should say, not just like a copy shop. Maybe one day they will offer this service in copy shops. That would be interesting. But no, I went to a 3D print shop in Loft in Shibuya in Tokyo. I had to book first. You have to make a reservation. Apparently, they didn't think I was going to show up, or they had just forgotten because they were very surprised that anyone was there that day. But I went at the appointed time, and there was one woman there who kind of spoke English, and the other woman did not really speak English at all. So, yeah. If you're going as a gaijin, it can be a bit difficult sometimes to understand. The one of the women did speak English quite well, but she, it's not the sort of situation that they teach you about in Ikaiwas. So there are a few gaps in her knowledge, understandable gaps. But yeah, so I signed all the paperwork and I chose what size I wanted, etc. And then I went into a room where there were 127 cameras, all in a sort of cylindrical shape, and they took photos of me from every single angle. And they took them all in the space of like a second. So I didn't have to hold this pose very long. Well, I did the first time because the first time they weren't calibrated for someone of my height. So they kind of like, they got up to like here. It's like, just little Rory had no head. But yeah, the second time I didn't have to hold it too long. It's fairly easy pose to hold. It's just sort of like. The problem is that I was not allowed to move at all because there was a very small area in which they could take my photo, from which I could be seen from every angle. So they managed to get me into the right light and the right position, and I had to just stay exactly still while they calibrated the cameras and stuff. That was a little bit challenging, but I've had to stand still on stage for long amounts of time before. First production I was in was, yeah, I had to stand stock still for like 15 minutes. That was more difficult. This was fine. Compared to that, this was nothing. And yeah. we took the pictures, and I got to see a 3D model of myself, which was very interesting. Well, so there was like a sort of 10-15 minute gap while they composited all the different pictures. So we made sure that I was happy with the pose. This actually wasn't my original pose. I chose a different one, which was like to be like a Magneto style thing of like, oh, but it just didn't look very good. So I went for this instead. So I got 3 or 4 tries. I don't know what the maximum number of tries is before they're like, you just have to accept it. I don't know, but I got like 3 or 4 different tries. And then we settled on a pose. We settled on a set of photos with which I was happy. And yeah, they composited them all together into a 3D model. I got to check out the 3D model, and that was strange. There was like a computer model of me that I could sort of like manipulate and change, and that was strange. That was a very unnerving experience to see yourself rendered as a 3D model. I don't know why this doesn't freak me out. I really don't feel freaked out by this at all. I'm just overjoyed. I'm like, ha, look, it's me. Yeah, and they took the photos, they did the model, and then I left. They told me that they had a special discount for foreigners that was going to last until I think the 30th of April. So if any of my fellow Gaijins are looking to do this, loft in Shibuya, get it done soon. You get a bit of a discount. I just want to quickly relate this just because I won't really have a chance to talk about this anywhere else. When I was in the shop, they had some other models that they'd done, including a really big model of a baby. And for some reason, that just really looked weird. Even though the model was still smaller than an actual baby, the model of the baby was bigger than the models of the adults that they had, and it just looked really weird. Also, like, why you would get a model of your baby but not yourself, I don't quite know. And like, they said they'd done like dogs, which I don't get. Like, how do you? Why do you get a model of a dog, and how do they do that? Like, you had to stand still. Maybe dogs are better obedient, a bit more obedient here, but yeah, I find that hard to believe. Anyway. This is Little Rory. He is going to follow me wherever I go. We are going to be together. I think I'm going to use him to like guard my classrooms when I'm not there. I'm going to, like, when I need to leave the room, I'm just going to put him there, like down on the table, and be like, Little Rory is going to watch you. And if anyone does anything bad, he will tell me. Was that Little Rory? Oh no, they were very naughty. Yeah, I think the kids will fall for that. Kids are stupid. Yeah. This is great. I really, because I still have kindness here, I kind of want to like lean kindness on him. He would almost be just the right height for holding her. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to damage him because he was very expensive. This was very expensive, I can't lie. But it was worth it to cross something off my bucket list. Because for what reason is man put on this earth if not to cross things off a list? Arbitrary, random things that he wrote himself. Yeah. Sweet. Bye. Bye.